Heya, this is Sydney, and I am here to talk us through Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Wednesday is Mercury's day. Mercury is just now separating from Chiron after having those hard, either wounding and also potentially healing conversations that it need to have around identity and selfhood. Perhaps the ways that it has been selfish, even, or even how it's been communicating in general. I think today is going to feel pretty cranky, and that we need to be very careful around the words that we speak to ourselves and the ways that we are feeling pretty critical and nitpicky against other people and also ourselves. The reason why I say that is because we do have some sesqui squares and semi squares that are making things feel a bit critical and cranky, just cranky. 1:40 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so we're not even awake yet, but we're having the dreams. We have the moon sesqui square retrograde Pluto. I think this is like those kind of dreams where you're like doing the same thing over and over again, or like churning in a dream where you can't quite get out of the quicksand kind of feeling is what it feels like to me. Those kind of dreams that are really frustrating, you don't get to the end of it. Anyways, 6:30 a.m. Mars in Leo is going to semi-square Jupiter in Gemini, and there's potentially something here about like the actions that are being taken aren't fully formed. That there's some sort of issue here with Jupiter and Gemini things, uh, taking action around the legal system, immigration, those sorts of things. 8:08 a.m. We have the moon quincunx Mercury in Aries. Be careful what you say, because there needs to be some sort of adjustment here in how we're communicating and what we're thinking about the ways that we're communicating. This can also just bring some anxiety in the air. I think that anxiety is kind of hovering through the air all day. It is a good day for self-care. 9:26 a.m. Moon semi-square Mars. We got to go do something. I don't know quite what it is, but something's about to happen. That's kind of that feeling. 12:42 p.m. Moon quincunx Chiron. This is feeling sensitive, maybe needing to make some adjustments around the stories that we told ourselves around the wounds that we have. Maybe taking some initiative to do some healing, but it doesn't all quite feel quite right. Around 5-ish p.m., the moon in Virgo is going to conjunct the South Node. So there's some sort of releasing around lunar things, women, mothering, also maybe the self-critical criticizing that we do to ourselves emotionally, around the words that we have so abruptly spurted out. There could be issues with women coming up at this time with the South Node and the moon hitting each other, or coming together, I guess we could say. And then we have around that time too the moon trine Uranus and Taurus. So there is some intuition, right? There's now we see that like the moon is in that conversation with Uranus, is making some sort of intuitive change to its habits that allows for some sort of release. There's an emotional release here. Release, release, release. At 8:40 p.m., we have the moon opposing Saturn in Pisces. This is always feeling some sort of emotional block, restriction. This can also be feeling isolated, alone. This can bring up feelings of loss, separation, depression, right? Moon, Saturn in hard aspects just doesn't feel quite right. And certainly there could also be something here where like the moon in Virgo really wants to fix everything, and it can't. And it finds out the limit. There is a reality check here around what the moon in Virgo can do. And there is an awareness as well, right, with the opposition where something comes to light, oh, I can't fix that. I can't do that here. It's a cranky little aspect, and it's also the closing aspect for the moon today before the void of course begins. So it kind of tells us like the day is going to be a little cranky. And then at 11:16 p.m. we have the sun in Taurus, semi-square Venus in Aries. This is just more things around, I think it's some stuff around relationships, trying to find some sort of sense of stability, and also maybe honoring um, the things that you want to do for yourself that have nothing to do with anybody else. It's in the first two signs of the zodiac, which are usually the most kind of go it alone types, the most like I'm doing my own thing over here. And so they're trying to find a way to do their own thing in slightly different ways that can kind of work out together, but it's not quite gelling yet. But because the void of courses began, it's like it couldn't even fully form anyways. It couldn't really come together anyways, but it could potentially create a little bit of crankiness or frustration as it pertains to relationships. So that's Wednesday, May 7th. I hope all is well with you considering the state of the world and things, and I will talk to you tomorrow.